your side through all your wrong. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon. I got to hold on to your love.
The story of Gladys Knight, a towering presence among Motown's legendary female soul vocalists of the late 1960s and early 1970s, stands as a testament to resilience and artistry. As the heart and soul of Gladys Knight and the Pips, a family ensemble from Atlanta, she was instrumental in their rise to fame. However, beneath the surface of her glittering career lay the heartache of multiple unsuccessful marriages. Today, we invite you to explore the incredible life and journey of Gladys Knight, a woman who overcame immense personal challenges to secure her place in music history. Often celebrated as the Empress of Soul, Gladys Maria Knight was born on May 28, 1944. This remarkable American singer, songwriter, actress, and entrepreneur has made an indelible impact on the world of entertainment. Her extraordinary career spans decades, filled with accolades and achievements. As the lead vocalist of the family group Gladys Knight and the Pips, which included her brother Merrill Bubba Knight and her cousins William Guest and Edward Patton, she built a musical legacy that still echoes today. While her professional success is undeniable, Gladys Knight's personal life has been a tapestry of joy and sorrow, especially in the realm of love and marriage. She married 4 times and became a mother to 3 children. At just 16 years old, Gladys found herself pregnant and made the decision to marry her classmate and fellow Atlanta musician, James "Jimmy" Newman, in 1960. Sadly, during this time, she endured the heartbreak of a miscarriage. Despite this early tragedy, the couple went on to welcome 2 children into their lives. However, their union faced profound struggles as Newman battled with substance abuse, which eventually led to his departure from the family when Gladys Knight was just 20. Despite these challenges, their marriage lasted more than 12 years, officially ending in 1973. During their tumultuous time together, they welcomed a son, James "Jimmy" Gaston Newman III, born on August 13, 1962. Amid the hardships, Gladys Knight made the brave decision to step back from her musical career. She retired from life on the road to devote herself to raising her child, while the Pips, her family's group, continued performing independently. In November 1963, Gladys and James celebrated the arrival of their only daughter, Kenya Maria Newman. Although she put her music on pause to prioritize motherhood, Gladys Knight's love for performing eventually drew her back to her passion. In the early 1960s, she and James, along with the Pips, relocated to Detroit, seeking a fresh start. They settled in the esteemed Sherwood Forest neighborhood on Sherbourne Road, located in Detroit's West Side. During this time, Gladys also resided on Lull Avenue for a period, ensuring her children received a strong education by enrolling them in GUU Catholic grade school. Unfortunately, the difficulties in their marriage persisted. After a 7-year separation, Gladys made the tough decision to divorce James Newman in 1973. Tragically, he passed away a few years later, marking the end of a turbulent chapter in Gladys Knight's life. In her personal life, Gladys Knight found love again in 1974, following the struggles of her first marriage, when she tied the knot with Barry Hankerson in Detroit. Barry Hankerson was the visionary behind Blackground Records, the label that would later sign his niece, the immensely talented R&B artist Aaliyah, to a recording contract. Together, Gladys and Barry welcomed their son, Shanga Ali Hankerson, born on August 1, 1976. However, their marital path was far from smooth. Around 1977, the couple decided to move to Atlanta, while the Pips, the family's musical group, stayed in Detroit. Despite their efforts to make it work, the relationship faced serious challenges, ultimately leading to their divorce in 1979. The separation marked the beginning of a long and emotionally taxing custody battle for their son, further complicating Gladys Knight's already turbulent personal life. Adding to her hardships, tragedy struck in 1979 when Shanga Ali Hankerson was kidnapped. Overwhelmed with fear and determination, Gladys spared no effort or expense to locate her child, investing more than $1 million in the desperate search. Amid these deeply personal struggles, Gladys continued to navigate life's challenges with resilience. In 1995, she married motivational speaker Les Brown, but even this union faced difficulties. By 1997, the marriage had ended, adding another chapter to her complicated journey through love and relationships. Alongside her marital struggles, Gladys also faced a decade-long battle with gambling addiction. In the late 1980s, she suffered a massive financial loss, losing $660,000 in a single night at the baccarat table. Confronting the gravity of her situation, Gladys made the brave decision to seek support by joining Gamblers Anonymous, which helped her overcome the addiction and reclaim control of her life. Throughout her life, Gladys Knight experienced a profound spiritual transformation. Initially identifying as a Baptist, she later converted to Catholicism in 1997. Her spiritual journey took another turn when she chose to be baptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, commonly referred to as the Mormon faith. This pivotal decision marked a new chapter in her ongoing quest for inner peace and fulfillment. Her son and daughter's transition from Catholicism to the LDS Church was a significant milestone, reflecting Gladys Knight's deep connection to her faith. Interestingly, her involvement in the LDS community sparked some humorous exchanges with the church's president, Gordon B. Hinckley. During one of their conversations, she jokingly remarked that their music could use a bit more energy. To her surprise, President Hinckley agreed, which led to the creation of the Grammy-winning Saints Unified Voices Gospel Choir. Additionally, Gladys took on a leadership role by directing the B1 Choir during the 40th anniversary celebration of the Revelation on the Priesthood, a pivotal event in LDS history. Amid this phase of her career, her son Jimmy Newman played a crucial part in managing her professional endeavors through his company, Newman Management Incorporated. However, tragedy struck the family when Jimmy passed away from heart failure on July 10, 1999, at just 36 years old. His sudden and untimely death left an indelible mark on Gladys and her loved ones. Jimmy was survived by his wife, Micheline, and their children, daughters Nastasia and Gabriel, along with sons Ron, Stefan, and Sterling. This devastating loss was an emotionally challenging time for the entire family. In 2001, Gladys began a new chapter in her life by marrying William McDowell. Together, they blended their families, creating a large and vibrant household that includes 17 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. The couple established their home in Fairview, North Carolina, where they purchased the historic former Reynolds High School in Asheville. The property was transformed into a community center, underscoring their dedication to giving back and strengthening ties within their local community. Beyond her personal life, Gladys Knight has remained a passionate advocate for important causes. In 2017, she supported efforts to raise funds for the Children's Learning Centers of Fairfield County. The fundraising event, hosted at the Palace Theater and co-chaired by Carol Ann Rell and Alan Coulter, successfully generated $400,000 to support this vital organization. This reflects her ongoing commitment to making a positive impact beyond the stage. A life defined by resilience, devotion to family, and a steadfast dedication to creating a meaningful impact on the world, both through her soulful music and her philanthropic endeavors. Gladys Knight's remarkable ability to weather life's ups and downs with poise and determination speaks volumes about her enduring strength. Now let's delve into her extraordinary career. During the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s, Gladys Knight and the Pips delivered an array of unforgettable hits that resonated deeply with audiences across the globe. Their rich harmonies, coupled with Knight's commanding voice, catapulted them to iconic status. Among their achievements were 2 Billboard Hot 100 chart-topping singles, Midnight Train to Georgia and That's What Friends Are For, the latter being a memorable collaboration with legendary artists Dionne Warwick, Sir Elton John, and Stevie Wonder. In addition to their crossover success, the group dominated the R&B charts, earning an astounding 11 #1 singles and producing 6 #1 R&B albums. This extraordinary run of success highlights their undeniable talent and lasting appeal. Gladys Knight's influence on the music world has been further validated with 7 Grammy Awards, 4 as a solo artist and 3 alongside the Pips. Her unparalleled artistry and vocal brilliance have enshrined her as one of history's most revered performers. 2 of her iconic tracks, I Heard It Through the Grapevine and Midnight Train to Georgia, have been immortalized in the Grammy Hall of Fame, acknowledging their cultural and artistic importance. Beyond her musical legacy, Knight demonstrated her artistic versatility by recording the theme for the 1989 James Bond movie, License to Kill. Her contributions have not gone unnoticed. Rolling Stone recognized her as one of the 100 greatest singers of all time, underscoring her lasting impact on the music industry. Knight has also been honored with the prestigious National Medal of Arts in the Kennedy Center Honors. Additionally, she holds the distinguished titles of inductee into both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, alongside her beloved Pips. Are you curious about Gladys Knight's beginnings? Gladys Maria Knight was born in Atlanta, Georgia, to her parents Merrill Woodlow Knight Sr., a postal worker, and Sarah Elizabeth Woods. She grew up in a close-knit family with her siblings, including her sister Brenda and her brother Merrill Bubba Knight Jr. Sadly, the family also endured the loss of another brother, David Billy Knight. Gladys's musical journey began during her early years as she discovered her passion for singing while performing in her church choir during the late 1940s and early 1950s. Her exceptional talent quickly became evident, setting the stage for a storied career that would captivate generations of music lovers. Gladys Knight's extraordinary talent began to shine early, captivating audiences with her vocal prowess. Her remarkable abilities were showcased to a wider audience when, at just 8 years old, she achieved a groundbreaking milestone. On July 1, 1952, Gladys triumphed on Ted Mack's original Amateur Hour TV contest, a monumental moment that hinted at her future as a music icon. The story of Gladys Knight and the Pips began serendipitously during her brother Bubba's 10th birthday celebration. A malfunctioning record player led Gladys, her brother Bubba, sister Brenda, and cousins Eleanor and William Guest to perform together for the first time. That impromptu performance sparked the idea of forming an official group, a suggestion wholeheartedly supported by their mother, Elizabeth Knight. The group chose the name The Pips in honor of their cousin, James Pip Woods, whose nickname inspired them. As they refined their craft, the young performers started entering local talent competitions in Atlanta, frequently securing first place. Their consistent wins caught the eye of industry professionals, ultimately earning them a record deal with Brunswick Records in 1957. While their initial releases under Brunswick didn't chart, they began gaining recognition by opening for major R&B stars like Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke. Despite these early challenges, the group pressed on. In 1959, Brunswick ended their contract, and during this transitional period, both Brenda Knight and Eleanor Guest stepped away to focus on family life. To fill the gap, the group welcomed new members, including another cousin, Edward Patton, and a friend, Langston George. This lineup change marked the beginning of the group's evolution into a powerhouse of soul music. In 1961, Gladys Knight and the Pips entered a pivotal chapter in their journey when they recorded Every Beat of My Heart, a song written by Johnny Otis. Without a label to promote their music, a local Atlanta company, Huntum Records, stepped in to distribute the single and secured a deal with VJ Records to release it nationally. Around this time, the group made a bold move to New York to audition for Bobby Robinson's Fury Records. However, they soon realized that Every Beat of My Heart was already gaining traction, though they were not receiving the financial rewards they deserved. Robinson took action, re-recording the track with the Pips and releasing it through Fury Records. This clever strategy led to both versions of the song climbing the charts. The original Huntum VJ version reached an impressive number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the Fury re-recording also gained popularity. It was during this time that the group officially became Gladys Knight and the Pips, a name that would go down in musical history. Riding this wave of success, the group followed up with the single Letter Full of Tears in late 1961, which became another top 40 hit by early 1962. This momentum propelled them to release additional singles under the Fury Records label, marking the start of a career that would leave an indelible mark on the music industry. In 1962, Langston George, one of the group's key members, decided to part ways with the Pips. That same year, Gladys Knight also chose to step back temporarily to focus on starting a family with her husband, musician Jimmy Newman. While her absence was deeply felt, it was only temporary as she rejoined the group in 1964. This reunion marked a turning point, leading to a contract with Larry Maxwell's Max label, ushering in a fresh chapter of their musical journey. While working under the Max label, they collaborated with renowned producer Van McCoy, releasing a series of impactful songs that reflected the group's evolving artistry. These tracks stood as milestones in the ever-growing legacy of Gladys Knight and the Pips. A defining moment in their career came in 1966, when the group joined the Motown Records roster. Although initially considered a second-string act within the label, they quickly defied expectations. Despite not having an immediate breakout hit, they persevered, eventually delivering a string of major chart successes. During their early years at Motown, Gladys Knight and the Pips were honored to tour as the opening act for the iconic Diana Ross and the Supremes. In her memoirs, Gladys Knight recounted that their show-stopping performances caused unexpected tension. Diana Ross, reportedly concerned about the audience's overwhelming response to Knight's powerful and soulful vocals, requested that they be removed from the tour. Berry Gordy, Motown Records head, later admitted that the group's electrifying presence was giving his star act tough competition. In 1973, the group made a bold decision to leave Motown and pursue a more lucrative deal with Buddha Records. This move proved transformative, propelling their careers to new heights. That same year, they released the Grammy-winning hit Midnight Train to Georgia, which soared to #1 on both the pop and R&B charts. Their success didn't stop there. Hits like I've Got to Use My Imagination, The Way We Were, Try to Remember, and Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me followed, cementing their place in music history. In the summer of 1974, Gladys Knight and the Pips expanded their creative repertoire by recording the soundtrack for the film Claudine. This phase of their journey underscored their versatility and relentless dedication to delivering timeless music. Claudine, produced by the legendary Curtis Mayfield, featured standout tracks like On and On, The Makings of You, and Make Yours a Happy Home. Their artistry also garnered a devoted following in Europe, particularly in the United Kingdom, where many of their Buddha label singles found delayed success. For instance, Midnight Train to Georgia climbed into the top 5 on the UK singles chart during the summer of 1976, an impressive 3 years after its initial triumph in the United States. As the 1970s drew to a close, legal complications forced Gladys Knight and the Pips to begin recording separately. This pivotal shift marked the beginning of Knight's solo ventures, leading to the release of her debut solo albums, Miss Gladys Knight in 1978 under Buddha Records, and Gladys Knight in 1979 with Columbia Records. During this era of professional change, Gladys Knight also faced significant transitions in her personal life. After her divorce from James Newman II in 1973, she entered a new chapter by marrying Barry Hankerson, who was an executive aide to Detroit Mayor Coleman Young and the uncle of future music sensation Aaliyah. Together, Gladys and Barry welcomed their son, Shanga Ali, on August 1, 1976. However, their union was far from smooth, culminating in a contentious custody battle over their son, which added complexity to Knight's already multifaceted life. The 1980s brought fresh opportunities for Gladys Knight and the Pips. In a notable collaboration, Johnny Mattis invited Knight to join him on 2 heartfelt duets, When a Child is Born, a song he had popularized, and The Lord's Prayer. This partnership marked a special milestone for the group. Later that same year, the group signed with Columbia Records, a move that restored their classic quartet lineup and initiated an exciting new chapter in their storied career. To bring their fresh material to life, they enlisted the expertise of former Motown producers Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson. The result was 2 albums released under Columbia Records, About Love, 1980, and Touch, 1981. About Love included the hit single Landlord, which resonated with fans and secured a spot among their many chart successes, reflecting a creative revival for the group. In 1983, Gladys Knight and the Pips reaffirmed their place in the music scene with the release of the hit single Save the Overtime for Me. Defined by its infectious, soulful boogie style, the track was a standout under the artistic direction of Leon Silvers, known for his work with Shalimar. While the single peaked at number 66 on the Hot 100 chart, its true triumph came on the R&B chart, where it soared to the number 1 position for a week in mid-1983. This achievement marked a significant milestone, as it was their first #1 hit on the R&B chart since 1974. Save the Overtime for Me holds a special place in music history as one of the first R&B videos to integrate elements of hip-hop culture. The album Visions, which featured this standout single, further demonstrated the group's incredible talent. It also included another R&B hit, You're #1 in My Book, reaffirming their ongoing success in the music world. In 1987, Gladys Knight made the bold choice to embark on a solo career, marking a transformative chapter in her illustrious journey. Before parting ways, she and the Pips released their final album together, All Our Love, 1987, under MCA Records. Its lead single, Love Overboard, became a chart-topping R&B hit, earning the group yet another Grammy Award to add to their long list of accomplishments. After a victorious farewell tour in 1988, Gladys Knight and the Pips decided to retire as a group, closing a remarkable era of timeless music and unforgettable performances. The legacy of Gladys Knight and the Pips remains firmly etched in music history. Their extraordinary contributions earned them numerous accolades, including induction into the Georgia Music Hall of Fame in 1989, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996, and the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2001. While still performing with the Pips, Knight played a pivotal role in the fight against AIDS by collaborating with Dionne Warwick, Stevie Wonder, and Elton John on the legendary charity single, That's What Friends Are For. Released in 1985, this triple chart-topping hit raised awareness and funds for AIDS research, winning a Grammy Award for Best Pop Performance by a duo or group with vocal. The following year, in 1986, she joined forces with Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle for the HBO special Sisters in the Name of Love, showcasing the vocal brilliance of these three powerhouse artists. On March 27, 1988, Knight delivered a stunning performance of America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 4 in Atlantic City, New Jersey, further highlighting her versatility as an artist. In 1989, her talents crossed into international film when she recorded License to Kill, the title track for the James Bond movie of the same name. This song became a top 10 hit in both the UK and Germany, expanding her global influence. Taking a confident step into her solo career, Knight released her third solo album, Good Woman, in 1991. The album topped the R&B album chart and featured the hit Single Men, which peaked at #2 on the R&B singles chart. It also reached number 45 on the Billboard 200, becoming her highest charting solo album. The track Superwoman, penned by Babyface and featuring Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle, was nominated for a Grammy, further solidifying her solo acclaim. That same year, Knight collaborated with Patti LaBelle on the track I Don't Do Duets for LaBelle's album Burnin'. She also graced the national stage by performing the national anthem at Game 1 of the World Series, showcasing her unmatched vocal talent. Her fourth solo album, Just For You, earned gold certification and a Grammy nomination for Best R&B Album in 1995, further cementing her status as a solo artist. Throughout her career, Knight's passion for music and commitment to philanthropy shone brightly, evident in her countless collaborations and charitable endeavors. Her enduring dedication to her craft and community has left an indelible mark on both the music industry and the world at large. Gladys Knight's philanthropic spirit and artistry have shone brightly throughout her career. In 2004, she shared the stage with other legendary female artists during VH1's Divas Live 2004, a concert organized to support the Save the Music Foundation. Her collaborations extended to a heartfelt duet with the incomparable Ray Charles, You Were There, featured on his Genius and Friends album in 2005. In 2008, Knight graced the stage at the Divas with Heart Benefit Concert, performing alongside icons like Chaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, and Diana Ross to raise funds for cardiac research. Her charitable efforts continued when she appeared on American Idol to help raise money for charity, sharing the spotlight with stars like Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., and Ben Stiller. One of the most touching and memorable moments of her career came in 2009, when she sang His Eye is on the Sparrow and the Lord's Prayer at the memorial service for Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. Gladys Knight's creative evolution remained evident as she entered the 2010s. In 2013, she lent her soulful voice to You and I Ain't Nothing No More, a poignant song written and produced by Lenny Kravitz for the soundtrack of Lee Daniels' motion picture The Butler. This track, a modern addition to a collection of timeless songs by various artists, was submitted for consideration in the Best Original Song category at the Academy Awards. Her 2014 album, Where My Heart Belongs, marked a significant milestone, becoming her 30th top 40 R&B album, counting both her solo work and her contributions with Gladys Knight and the Pips. In an interview during that period, Knight passionately advocated for women in the entertainment industry to uphold dignity and avoid objectifying themselves. She emphasized her dedication to dressing with elegance and respect for her audience. Knight's influence on the music industry was further cemented when VH1 ranked her at number 18 on their list of the 100 greatest women of rock. In 2019, she took on a highly publicized role by performing the national anthem at Super Bowl 53. Her decision to accept this honor sparked both support and debate, given the ongoing controversy surrounding Colin Kaepernick's protest against police brutality during the anthem. Knight defended her choice, expressing her understanding of Kaepernick's cause, but offering a different perspective on the method of protest. Knight's legacy continued to grow as she performed at the 100th anniversary celebration of the Delaware State Fair in 2019. In 2022, her extraordinary contributions to music and culture were celebrated when she received the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors, presented by President Joe Biden. That same year, she headlined a dinner at the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit held at the White House, once again highlighting her global impact. What are your thoughts on Gladys Knight's incredible life and career?